السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. أسعد الله مساءكم بكل خير. Hello everyone and a great afternoon to you all and welcome to NTI series of webinar. Today's webinar is all about 5S workplace management. My name is Firas, live from Muscat, the capital of our beautiful Oman, and I'm the moderator for today's session. I'd like to introduce today's speaker, Mr. Arjun Kumaresan, and our Zoom master, Latifa. For your information, a recorded version of this webinar will be available on our YouTube channel, which you can watch again later if you missed anything. We'd love to hear from you. So if you have any questions, there'll be a question and answer session at the end of this webinar. Don't forget to follow us and like us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and LinkedIn. And please give us your feedback either by commenting here or sending us an email on info@ntioman.com. To those who stay till the end of the webinar and complete the poll. So please remember, you need to fill the poll in order for you to receive a certificate of attendance. And also for the people who entered using first name only, it's always good to enter your full name so you can get a proper certificate. If you have filled the registration form, then please send me your name and email address to info@ntioman.com. And again, for those who just joined us, welcome to NTI series of webinars. And now over to you, Arjun.
Thank you, Mr. Firas. So this is Arjun from National Training Institute. Basically, I'm a mechanical engineer and lean professional. So I just deliver training on different topics of manufacturing engineering and lean management concepts. So today webinar, we are going to discuss about workplace management and one of the concepts called 5S. So in this webinar, we are going to have training on different sectors like presentation discussion, and you're going to attend some quizzes, you're going to do some tasks, and you're going to observe some videos of lean implementation. So generally, what is workplace management? So it is about managing of all physical and technological resources needed to maximize human productivity. So just we can, in this webinar, we can focus more on workplace organization. So these are the objectives of our webinar. So we are going to discuss about lean manufacturing, 7 lean ways, and 5S methodology, and why we have to follow 5S in our workplace, and some of the steps to implement 5S. So before going to our topic, we just focus on these 2 images. So one is one image from our offices, and another image is some workshops or some storerooms. Okay. Will you work here? If no, what's wrong? So I'm just posing a question. Will you work here? If it is yes or no, what is wrong with you or what's correct with this environment? You just type a chat, then I can understand what you're trying to convey to me. So what wrong with this workplace, or what right with this workplace, or what abnormality you can find out here? Yes, it is a terrible workplace, more stressful, unproductive, inefficient, maybe sometimes unsafety also. So this is a workplace. A workplace should not be like this, because we want a productive environment, we want a safety environment, we want an efficient environment, we want an unstressful environment also to perform our task. With this type of environment, we cannot achieve more quality or more productive. So how a workplace should be there? So we can just go through a workplace, how productive, how efficient, how safety. So I hope most of them are watched Formula 1, F1 race. So in between races, they used to change the tires. Just see this video clipping, how much time and how fastly they're changing this tires. Yes, they change the 4 tires between 2 seconds. So how it is possible? That is a good working environment. That environment is efficient, safety, productivity is more, and efficient also. So how we are going to convert from this environment to this type of environment? So all we have to follow some standards, or we have to follow some procedures, right? So to change from this to this, we require a set of practices. So we are going to have a new set of practices, which is called lean manufacturing. So this is what is lean manufacturing, or what is lean concept? It is a set of management practices. It may be consist of some lean tools or lean techniques or set of rules or set of procedures to follow. So initially it was originated in Japan. Actually, it was come from Toyota manufacturing industries. Initial days it was called as Toyota production system. Later it spread around the world, and Western countries have been named as lean manufacturing. So why other not term? Why it is called lean? So just compare the bottom images. I given two persons image. One person is fat, another person is lean. He is not thin, he is lean. So what is the difference between these two work persons, or these two images? So one person is having more weight. In more weight means he is consist of more fat. So due to this fat, he may be inefficient also, because he is not having more number of stamina, health issues, and preferably he is not able to walk also. But compared to the right hand side person, he is lean. He is having more number of proteins, so he can do work when he is compared to obese person. I'm not talking about official work. It is about physically. This lean person can work more than this obese person. So just compare this situation to your workplace. So your workplace also will have consist of more unwanted thing, which is called as waste. So which is making you to produce ineffectively, or which is making more stressful, which is making more uh, unsafety conditions. So by removing this waste, your workplace also can become an efficient manner. That's what lean is talking about. So lean is converting how a obese person to a lean and fit person. That's why they name it as lean manufacturing. And I highlighted some of the work called eliminating waste. So it is not about the waste. Generally, people will talk about e-waste, bio waste, or chemical waste, or like that type of waste. We are not discussing. We are discussing industry's lean waste, which is consist of two things. For example, any work we are doing in our working area having two different types of activities. One is value added activity, and another one is non-value added activity. So value added, we can term it as work. So whatever you are doing in your organization, if it is value added, you can call it as work. For example, you are doing some physical product. Your process is adding something to the physical product, that is termed as work. And if it is directly not adding any value, that activities are called non-value added activities. Here, this non-value added activities we are terming as waste. In non-value added activities, there are two different kinds. One is essential, we cannot avoid that. Another one is non-essential. So later we will discuss more about this. So this types of waste we are eliminating from our workplace. So like this obese person, how they are removing fat, like this in our workplaces, there will be more number of non-value added activities. So to eliminate that type of waste, lean manufacturing is helpful. So by avoiding this waste, our productivity is going to be faster and it will be in efficient manner. And second one, pull of the customer. So lean always talk about pull versus push concept. So what is this pull of the customer means? In maximum industries, they will follow push production system. Push production system means they will manufacturing the components. They will manufacture or they produce the components based on sales forecasting. So they will produce and they will wait for customer. When the customer comes, they will sell. So this much of time, your company will hold the inventory. So to alternate that only, we are having pull system. So lean introduces pull system. What is this pull system means? When the customer requires demand, when the customer demand is happening, then only the production will start. Okay. After the customer order only, industries will start production that is pull of the customer. So lean manufacturing is mostly focusing on pull of the customer and continuous improvement. So lean concept or any lean manufacturing tools and techniques, if you are applying, it is not an end process. Keep on, we are going to implement these activities, you are going to develop. For example, your company, your concept, your efficiency is 30%. Next time you're going to get 32%, and 32 to we are focusing on 34. So lean is never ending process. We are going to keep on increasing our improvement activities. That's what lean is about. Lean is about talking, and non-value added activities and value added activities. So we'll just go through a slide which is called work. Let us take a manufacturing sector. So what is called work? If any physical or chemical change to the work product, then it is termed as work. What about service industries? If a customer is ready to pay for that particular service or particular work, then it is termed as work. For example, any process. Let us take, I'm doing drilling. So this workpiece is I'm drilling with help of drill bit. Here, some physical changes happening into the work product. Then this drilling is called work. Maybe I'm doing painting. So painting means after painting, we are curing time and solidification is happening. So in that, chemical change is happening. So anywhere physical or chemical change, we are considered as work. If customer is ready to pay for it, then it is called work. Generally, it is about value. And what is called waste? For example, same example, I'm drilling. For drilling, I want to change the belt. Here, there is no any physical or chemical change in the work product. Is it correct? No? So there is no any physical or chemical change in the work product, even though this is essential to carry on our work. So it is, even though it is coming under non-value added activity, it is essential. So we cannot avoid this. So even though it is termed as waste, it is non-value added activity, but it is essential. So whenever the customer is not ready to pay for such operations or such activities, we will call it as waste. So here we discussed about two words, which is work and which is waste. So why we have to discuss this waste? Because in our workplace, there will be more number of waste. So waste. So what is then types of waste, or what are the three different categories of lean waste? So since I previously discussed, it is originated from Japan. The names of this waste is also named in Japanese words. So muda, muri, and mura. These are the three different words. So muda means non-value added activities. So non-value added activities. So how can we define this? In muda itself, there are 8 number of wastes are there. So we will see muda later, and mura, process variation. So I think some of the companies, initial of the month, they will do production lists. For example, actually they want to produce 100 components, means initial stages, they will produce only 50, 75 components. Then at the month end, due to the target, they will increase the production rate. So that is called process variation. So this, if you increase the production rate at the end of the month due to target, what will happen? Sometimes it get breakdown, or qualityless product also you will get accepted because you want to complete the product target. So you'll be working more on that one. So that is called process variation. So as per lean process, any process variation is also called as waste. And some of the companies, let us assume person A will be there, person B will be there. Person A will be working in first shift and person B will be working in second shift. So this person A is doing welding and person B is also doing welding. But there will be a lot of process variations. There will be variations, right? All persons, all men cannot work. Variations will happen. That variations is also considered as waste. So how can we control? We cannot control variation, but we can reduce that variation. That is also termed as process variation. And even time to time. For example, let us assume the person A is working on first shift. At 9 o'clock, his efficiency and effectivity, productivity and output will be more. Same person at 4 o'clock, the efficiency or productivity will be less. So this is also termed as process variation. So we have to overcome this process variation. That's what lean is telling about. And Muri, fatigue or stress, which is generally caused by overburdening. Men or machine, if you're doing overburdening, definitely some accident is going to happen or some breakdown of machines is going to happen and quality less product also going to be produced. So Muri is discussing about overburdening on men or machine. So I will just come to Muda again. So this one where maximum focus are there. So initial itself I told Muda is consists of 8 different ways. So which is called as Timwood. So Timwood is nothing but TIMWOOD. Again, short word of this Muda waste. So one is transportation waste, inventory waste, motion waste, waiting time, over processing, overproduction, and defects. So in both service industries and manufacturing industries, this types of waste you can easily find out. So let's just have a word on each topic. So transportation waste. So just think about your industries. A product is transferring from one place to another place. Is there any physical and chemical changes is happening in the work product? No. So this is called as waste. Transportation in industries is waste, but we cannot avoid transportation. Obviously, after manufacturing, we have to deliver to the customer. That transportation is essential, but we can reduce transportation waste in between the industry itself. For example, proper layout. So one stage to another stage, we have to focus more. How much a product is moving from one place to another place. If it is a service industries, mails, too much of email attachment will be there. Or for example, we are going for some approval means from one place to another place, we have to go and get approval of some files, everything. So these are all considered as transportation waste, moving items or information. Second one is inventory waste. So inventory, this waste you can find out anywhere in any type of organization. So inventory means money in terms of raw material, work in progress, and finished goods. You can ask why raw material will be considered as waste. I'm going to process that product, I'm going to deliver to the customer. Since it is not delivered now, it is considered as waste. Because, for example, let us assume you ordered for 100 pieces and your 100 pieces is your requirement. You purchase material for 120, 130. And this person, whoever is working on 100 pieces, he made one defect. So whether he will inform the management? No. He will throw the job and he will take one more raw material from there and he will do processing again. So you cannot identify defective components and you cannot identify which machine is doing defect or you cannot identify which person is makes defects. So work in progress, that is the biggest waste in industries, work in progress. If a material or a product or any documents or any files also is waiting between one person to another person, then it is considered as work in progress. So work in progress is material is holding or it is stagnating in one place, means your layout is not sufficient to meet your customer requirements. And motion waste, so excessive movement within your workspace. For example, first one we discussed about transportation of product or files or like that. Motion means it is dealing only about men. So for example, a person will search tools to this department there, he will search entire workshop for one tool. That is more, that is a type of motion waste because he is unnecessarily going searching and he is wasting his energy. So that's why it is called motion waste. For example, let us take in office. So people used to take printout. For next floor he has to go, or for using fax next to room he has to go, or she has to go. Means there is more number of motion wastes are there. And waiting time. So how can we define waiting time? So waiting time means if any one of the resources, maybe men or machine or material, waiting for another resource, then we can consider as waiting. For example, men is waiting for machine means it is considered as waiting list. If material is waiting for men, then that is also considered as waiting. So Here, waiting time has to be ensured, because waiting time, any industries you take, there will be large number of queues or customer waiting in your service industries. Okay, maybe cell layout also not that much sufficient. Bulk of raw materials or work in progress will also wait. So that is also termed as waiting waste. And over processing, doing work more than necessary. This is very frequently happening when customer is not interested or customer is not focused on these things, but we will use to do more number of work on the over processing. For example, we can tell internal painting or some of the cars internal painting. So if they're doing something, customer is not focusing on that area, then it is called over processing, over production. So over production, how it can be termed as way? Let us assume production planning and control department. Production planning and control department is ordering some stocks. For example, 100 product you have to maintain. They will order. They will give production department 120 stocks to consider defects or something. If something is happened, then how can we rectify? So they will order 120 instead of 100. That 20 stock is overproduction, because that 20 stock nobody is going to pay. In case if it is defects only, we require that one. So that is also called overproduction. And internally, maybe customer is not only externally, internally, from one process to another process, if you are giving, then internal customer is also there. So before that another person is required, you are delivering, that is also called overproduction. For example, person B doing his cycling time 60 seconds, person A is working on 30 seconds, he can produce more than person B. So this component will be wasting or holding there. That is also termed as overproduction waste. And obviously defects in any organization, it will be considered as waste. So this 7 type of waste we frequently frequently happening in our all industries. And you can post some comments also, what type of waste you can find out in your organization. So we'll have a short quiz on this. Whatever we discussed so far, you can poll it in your, it is about quick checking how many are. So we can stop here, this polling, but most of the, around 65% of people are answered the right one. So the answer is inventory waste. Excess raw material in your workplace is inventory waste. Either it is in terms of finished goods or work in progress, we can term it as inventory waste. So then we can focus more on lean manufacturing. We see waste, now we are focusing on lean tools. So there are more number of lean tools, around 24 tools have been there in lean. So today we are going to discuss about 5S. Why 5S? This much of topic is there. Why I selected 5S? 5S is a basic lean tool which every organization has to follow, because it is nothing related to technical, and there is no much of investment also will be there. So every operator, all employees can participate in this. That's why I chosen 5S, because lean is all about how much employees you are participating in this. So 5S is the only tool, or it is also one of the technique where all your employees can participate. So when all can participate, the organization growth will be more. So apart from that, just in time is there, and then is there, Kanban is there, PQM, value stream mapping, total productive maintenance, single minute exchange of dice, Kaizen, POK, Lean Six Sigma, cellular manufacturing, one piece flow, continuous flow is there. So these are the many tools available, but we are just focusing on one tool, which is called 5S. So what we are going to do, we are going to change our workplace. So we are going to convert, we are going to put input as 5S. So we are having 5S in our hand. We are going to do some process which is known as workplace organization, and output is waste minimization and ownership. So these are the output we are going to get from the 5S. So what is this 5S? So I keep on, I'm telling 5S, 5S, 5S. What is this 5S? So actually it is originated from Japan. It is a 5-step process, systematic process. So all the steps is started from the letter S. That's why it is called 5S. There are 5 steps. This 5 steps, starting letter is S. That's why it is termed as 5S. So why this is? It is a systematic method of organizing our working environment. Why Some of them will tell 5S is cleaning. No, it is not about only cleaning. It is make your workplace systematic way, safe way, organized way. Why we require this? To achieve a better standard of living. So laterly, 5S will become you as a lifestyle. So we can see what are these 5 steps in this. Seiri, Seitan, Seiso, Seikatsu, Shutsuke. So leave this Japanese word because it is very tough to remember this Japanese word. Once again, I'm telling, even though Seiri, Seitan, Seiso, Seikatsu, Shutsuke. So when we translate it to English, again 5 starting letters is there. Sort out, set in order, shine, standardize, and sustain. So we'll quickly go through what is this 5 steps. Sort means removing of unwanted items in your workplace. To create a workplace, we have to remove first unwanted item. That is, we are doing in first step. Second step, whatever the items we are having, we are going to organize and position that items or tools, whatever it is necessary, based on our requirements. Shine, in this particular step, we are going to do cleaning of all machines, computers, or workplace, whatever is this. Standardization, then we are going to do standardization of all 3 steps, whichever we have completed before 3 things. And sustainability, how we are going to sustain this 5S concept in our organization and to motivate people. So we'll see one by one what is this. So before that, we can have a quick look. Parallelly, I was implementing 5S in an office working environment. So we can go through around 5 videos. So in between, I can add these videos. So you can understand how we can implement 5S in your workplace.
This is one of our technical training center where we didn't start 5S implementation because most of our customers or our learners will come here for training and learning how to implement 5S. So we purposefully let this entire staff rooms and some of the offices not yet started 5S implementation. So this racks and this setups we made purposefully miss for training purpose only. So before starting any 5S implementation, we should know the current status. So how can we know the current status? By auditing. So here I am having an audit checklist. Based on this audit checklist, we are going to audit this workplace and we are going to give ratings. So how much they are efficient in this particular manner under 5 different categories. So we can start our audit and we check how much this particular working environment scores out of 100.
So as discussed in video, before starting any 5S implementation, we have to go for pre-audit. That's what we have discussed there. So and sort out. So the first step and important step in 5S is sort out. So what we are going to do in this step? So we are going to remove unwanted things. So to remove unwanted things, we should know what is wanted and what is unwanted. So how can you identify? So a supervisor cannot tell or a manager cannot tell which is wanted and unwanted. So involve all your people. For example, operators, executives, whoever work in that workplace, consult with them and find out which is wanted and which is unwanted. Keep the wanted items separately. We are going to do different things there. But now in unwanted, there will be 2 different types of materials will be there. One may be totally unwanted, which is scrap. Another one is you are having doubt. It may be used for other departments or other working areas. It may be required. So in unwanted, we are having 2 different types of sectors. One is scrap. Another one is doubt. So this doubtful items we have to remove with help of red tag. So red tag, I'm introducing a tag called red tag here. So when you will use this red tag, so whenever you are finding out an unwanted item which is doubtful, so just name this particular element, what is there, where you find out, and maybe which department it may be required. So you are having doubt, no? Just mention in all this in this tag and move to a separate area called red tag area. Some of the industries they will call quarantine area. So either quarantine area or red tag area. You have to move these doubtful items to that area. If it is scrap, just all as usual scrap removing policies you will be following in your industries. So value scrap, you maybe semi values like metal, aluminum, that and all you can resell to the other vendors. If it is no value, just remove as it is in garbage. Some of them is having some policies and procedures to remove. For example, batteries, chemicals, oils, you cannot remove as it is like that. We having some EOHS policy. Based on that, we have to remove. So that is different. So we are, whatever the items you are having in doubt, you're going to raise red tag and you're going to move red tag area. So this is what we are doing. So let us just consider this table. Here more number of elements are there, which is wanted, which is unwanted. So we are going to remove this unwanted items and we are going to keep only wanted items in your workplace. So as earlier I discussed, use all your operators or executives from whoever working in the place, take help of them, let them finalize which is wanted and unwanted. So to understand this concept, we can go through one activity task, find out the missing number between 1 to 25. So don't think this is an irrelevant activity. This is most relevant activity to our topic. Just find out 1 to 25, which one is the missing time. And you can post it on the comment section. 5 is there here. 23. So he is taking from reverse. 23 is here. 25 is here. 19. Of course, 19 was here, first number. 16 is there. So when the time finish here, we can conclude. So here only 18 is missing. It's just about to create awareness for 5 years. That's it. Here, our target is to find out numbers between 1 to 25. Why this 1 to 25? Our target is to find 1 to 25. Here, more than 26 to 50, 70 numbers are available, which is unwanted. Like that, our place will consist of more number of unwanted items. That is the main objective of this task. For example, let us take 22 or some numbers. We'll have repeat numbers also will be there. Why I am giving repeat numbers means you just go and check your area. You will have 2 stablers or 3 stablers. Instead of you should have only 1 stabler. Like that, there are number of repeated items also available in your workplaces. That's why I given this task. Our main aim is to find out 1 to 25. But to find out that one, it is very difficult. So like this in your place, if you're going to search some tools, if you're having more number of unwanted items, it is very difficult to find out that. That is the main motto of sort. So we can go through another phase, which is continuation from that video.
So we finished our pre-audit. So our audit score is about 36 out of 100, which is not a bad score. So from here we are going to start our process. So as we earlier discussed, this is a 5-step process. So we are going to start the first phase, which is known as sort out. So in this place, we are going to separate the items, whatever is available, into 2 different categories, wanted and unwanted. So I cannot decide which is wanted and unwanted. So I am going to take help from the process owner. So he is going to suggest me which is wanted and which is unwanted. As he suggested, I tagged most of the unwanted items like this. So now we are going to divide these unwanted items into 2 zones. One is scrap, another one is we are going to move to red tag area, which is doubtful. Later we can identify whether that item is going to use for different departments, otherwise it can be also make a scrap.
So one has been done. It is time to have a short quiz. So whatever so far we discussed. So the question is dash color tag used for sort out for removing unwanted items in your workplace. Because I need you people to search what is red tag, how it should be there. So you have to do some back study. That's why I placed this question. Yes, dash color tag is used in sort of removing unwanted items. As expected, all are answered correctly. It is red tag. So red tag we will be using to sort out doubtful items, and we will be moving to red tag area. So we can start our second test. So first test, we are clear, I hope so. Just put a thumbs up in our comments if you are clear. So sort out means we are segregating wanted and unwanted. Wanted items we are having, unwanted items we are just moving to scrap either or to red tag area. If you are clear with one S, we can proceed with second S. So second S is about setting order. So in first S, we got two advantages. One is we having a very better working environment, and we having more spacious and safety also ensured in one S. So when starting second S, what is that? So in second S, the main theme is very much easy. Place for everything and everything in its place. So we already folded some of the wanted items. So these wanted items, we have to give some designated place. Why designated place? Because we have to ensure that whether that is available in our working area or not. That's why they given the concept called place for everything and everything in its place. So we already we segregated what is wanted. So we have to arrange in this way as indicated in images. So how can we do? First of all, we have to create some list. What are all the items we are having? Just create a list. This items are all monthly wanted. This item and all weekly wanted. This item and all daily wanted. So based on frequency of usages, we are going to create a checklist. Whatever the items we are having, based on frequency usaging, we are going to divide into three different categories: monthly, weekly, and daily. So we are going to place the daily frequent items near to us and monthly usaging items little far away from us. Why? Because we are using daily. That items we keep on want to take and return to its original position. So frequently using items, daily usable items, you have to keep closer to us. Non-frequency items, you have to keep little away from that. So like this, we are going to arrange these things. Like this, we are going to give designated place for each and every item. So every item should be marked like this. We are going to have a designated place based on frequency of using. Okay, so this is also related to the task. Why this step we have to do? Just check here. You will be finding out what, again, the task is 1 to 25. Okay, find out the missing number. Definitely missing numbers are there. Just find out the missing number. 8 is there. 10 is there. 21 is 15 is there. Okay, so even though we can stop here. So even though whatever the wanted items we are having in our workplace, again, it is very difficult to find out why it is not sequentially arranged. It is not arranged in a proper manner. That is the main motto of this activity. Even though only 25 numbers are there, all numbers are available here. Why I am asking this question? Because even though wanted items we are having in our workplaces, we are not able to find out due to improper arranging. That's why we are given set in order. So set in order means everything in its place, and everything should be in that place. A place for everything and everything in its place. That is the main idea. So in set in order, some of the concepts I can tell you. One is constant container. For like this type of components, we have to go for a designed components, designed pallets or designed trays. Why? So here, if you arrange, it is impossible to count, and every time you have to take out, every time you have to count, and improper handling, damage of workpiece also can be possible. So set in order indicates you have to use constant container. One say is constant container. Second say is constant quantity. For example, like this, if you keep in your organization, we doesn't know how much is there inside. So every time we can't count. So like this, you have to name it. For example, this particular component, 12,800 number is inside. O-ring seal, 5,000 number is inside. So constant container, constant quantity you have to follow. And third C is constant location. So constant location means this is, just look at this name. Here reservoir cap is there and they place guide bush. So you have to keep exact location. That's why people used to change, because operators or executives keep on changing. You have to give a clear location. So that's why in setting order, this 3C maximum they will focus. And some of the concept is also like, if it is an office, frequently using items can be arranged like this. Why? It is all daily usable items. And see this marking, outlinings, everything. Why they are doing this activities? To identify which tool is missing, which element is missing, like this. And like this, count free racks. What this count free racks? For example, here you see, I just placed a number 19 and here 14 something is there. So how many items are available in this particular component? Without counting, I can tell 14. For example, if I remove here, 13 will be visible. So I can tell this is 13 numbers inside this racks. So like this small improvement can be very useful.
Just now we finish 1S, which is sort out. So see, just look at this space, how much space we got by removing unwanted material from our workplace. So that item has been moved to red tag area. So now we have more spacious and safety working environment also. So as a part of process, we have to carry on second S. So second S means the main motto is a place for everything and everything in its place. So as we are coming from our home, working, and we are returning back to our home, like that, every item in the industries has been used and returned back to its original position. So we made a concept and we had discussed with process owner. The process owner has given some of the items he is going to use frequently and some of the items he is not going to use frequently. So based on his decision, we arrange which is frequently used getting closer to him, and non-frequently items we just move far away from him to avoid collision. So some like outlining, masking, taping we done to show how we are going to implement this second S. This is our rack which one of our staff is using. So we just mark the outline here, which means this is a position for this particular place, and we mention what is inside this particular every rack. Okay, just look at one rack. See, in stationery we have mentioned which is frequently he is using. We mention the names and given position for all the elements. And this is a cupboard which we having this much of files, and particularly with retention period. So why retention period is important means we should know when this particular document is going to exhaust, which means what is the validity of this particular file. And see, we are given all the numbers for each and every file with name. So this is very easily we can take one of our file and for you as a reference, and we can get back to its original position as a sequence or same. This is a computer table which one of our staff member is using. So we marked outline for each and every movable item, because there is a chances of going out and come. So we are not ensuring, we are not constraining you people to use only this much area. We can use anywhere, but after is using, it has to get back its original position.
So I hope you understand second S. So then we can go for third S, shine. So shine is about cleaning everything. So this is the exact part where we have to clean inside out. For example, dirt, contamination, oil leakages, air leakages. So we should find out where actually dirt is happening, and we have to find out the root cause also. It is not about only cleaning. We have to find out the root cause why this place is getting dirt. For example, oil leakage is happening. Don't arrest the oil leakage. Check why it is happening. In future, that chances of getting dirt should not happen. And why we are doing this? Yes. For example, if you keep on doing this shine activity, you regularly inspecting your workplace. If you regularly keep on inspecting your workplace, automatically you're doing autonomous maintenance. Just note down the word autonomous maintenance. Autonomous maintenance means the person whoever working in that particular place, they only do that cleaning. So with the help of the cleaning, they are checking the condition of the machine, and they're doing inspection also, which can reduce breakdown maintenance. Safety is also ensured, and quality working environment also, chances of getting happening is more. So just look at before and after 3 years. So this is before 3 years and after 3 years. So I'm not telling just clean alone. Find out the root cause behind this and I eliminate that root cause. That is the work of third years. So like this also you can do stickering. For example, more immigrant laborers will be working in your organization. So for them, communication gap will be there. So you just place a ticker. Red color you have to do daily basis. Green color you have to do weekly basis. Pink color you have to do monthly basis. So they can check the conditions or they can inspect the all elements in the machines to ensure that is working properly or not. So why we are doing shine? So we have to identify defects. We are doing inspection. We are creating a neat and tidy environment. For that only we are doing shine. Then the standardized steps. So it is very about easy. So I given 3 words here: simplify standard, systemize standards, and sanitize standard, which is mean 1S, 2S, and 3S. So we have to follow all these 3S. That is 4th S. If you are creating some standards to maintain 1S, 2S, and 3S, that is comes under standardization. So we can just look at this video.
So we given some suggestions to implement second S. Now it is a time for third S. So third S, it is about shine, to make our work area clean and tidy. Since already NTI is having own standards, which is they are cleaning regularly like daily, weekly, monthly. We are not focusing on that part, which is already they scored more marks in the pre-audit. So we are directly shifting towards our 4th S. So 4th S means standardization. So what is standardization? Whoever the worker A and worker B should work in a same manner. That's why we are implementing standardization here, because one staff member can work on day 1, day 2 some other staff members can work here. So we want to standardize this process. That's why we introduce a checklist. So this checklist will be filled or updated on every day starting 5 to 10 minutes. After filling this checklist only, the staff members who are working in the zone can start their work. So they will ensure all 3 S, which means sort out, set in order, shine, has been updated till today. That is their only checklist they have to do in early morning. This is the standardization checklist, whatever we prepared for updating before 3 S. So sort, set in order, and shine. So the first point is indicating about sort, unnecessary items, and second point is discussing about set in order, which consists of parts are designated place, and remaining all the points it is covering the shine phase. So by updating this chart, we are ensuring standardization is happening in all day. When the day starts around 5 to 10 minutes, each of our staff member is doing this work.
So standardization is how we are doing making standards of all 3S that every employees can follow. So this is one example here. So in standardization, we can create standard operating procedure also. So my recommendation is, if you're creating standard operating procedure, go for visual standard operating procedure and see some of the set in order, which can be systemized standards in 4S. So we can put one line here. If any file is missing, we can easily identify. After using, we can replace the files also. So and the last one, it's about sustain. So what is sustain? So we created some task, or we created some lean tools, or lean practices. We are following some of the industries. Day by day, it will reduce its impact. Like this, you are removing one stone in a ramp, and suddenly you left it out, it again come to its original position. Like that, if you started 5 years, we have to sustain in our organization. So how to maintain sustainability in your organization? So there are more number of ideas how we can develop sustainability. So we can check this video.
So we stopped at standardization. Now we can focus on sustain. So which is also known as self-discipline. So this 5 years, 5th years, management part is very much critical in this. They want to support and motivate the people to do and to do more in this 5 years. So what this sustain indicates, we are going to conduct more audits, we are going to give some rewards, we are going to give some recognition towards employee, then only total employee involvement will be there. So for that, first we have to schedule an audit like this for entire year to make them when you are going to audit and whom going to audit and where you are going to audit. Then while auditing time, we have to take before and after. So before is before the audit and after the audit. So how much they are improved. So we are also going to project the score. We are also going to project the score to indicate where they are actually standing. So from where they are improved and where again they want to improve. So like this, if you are going to do more number of recognition and putting their photos, their involvement will be little more higher when compared to other people. So department to department also, the chances of getting competition will be more. So in this way, we can maintain sustain of this concept among the employees.
This is about sustainability. We are going to conduct more number of audits. We are going to give some rewards, recognition towards employee to self-motivate them. And we are also going to provide training in sustain, because keep on updating the employees is very much essential. So in sustainability, we are going to do audit. We are going to take before and photo, inter-department competition we are going to conduct, and we can conduct 5 years posters, 5 years drawing also to motivate people. All about 50 essays about how we are sustaining, how we are motivating people. So these are the 5 years. So again, I'm repeating. First it is about sort out, and second is about set in order. Third is about shine, and fourth is about standardize, and fifth is about sustainability. Removing unwanted item and keeping the wanted item in a particular place. So all items in a place. Shine, cleaning the machines and finding out the root causes of chances of getting dirt. Standardization, make all the 3 years in a checklist or some other way to standardize them, creating safety operating procedures, standardizing operating procedures, visual codes, visual monitoring system, outlining we can do in standardization. And sustainability, we can conduct more audit. We are going to give rewards. We are going to recognize them. We are going to motivate them through training. So by doing all this, we are going to have this much of advantages by following 5 years. So we are going to increase productivity. How? We are reducing the wastes. We are going to improve quality. We are reducing defects. Automatically, our quality will be reduced. Cost time, searching time we reduce. We are producing efficient working area. We are having more. We are going to save costs. We can give delivery on time. 5 years improve safety. Obviously, in 1 year itself, we are increasing safety. And 5th years is improving morale. 5th years means sustainability is improving morale. So this is about a short webinar on 5 years. As all you know, this 5 years concept is very vast. We cannot complete in maybe in 1 hour. I just given outlining of 5 years, just focal point of 5 years. So if you want to do more on 5 years, we are conducting short courses on 5 years, Lean Tool, Kaizen, Kanban, VSM. We are conducting more number of Lean Tool classes. So each tool will consist of 1 day. And we are conducting Lean Philosophies class also. So if like this, any topic you need on particular topic, you can just mail us an info@ntioman.com. So this now it is time for question and answer session. If you're having any question, just put it in a comment section. We can wait for some time. So this to this time, I'm just thanking NTI and participants who have participated in this particular webinar. Thanks very much. So I'll just hand over the webinar to Mr. Firas.
Thank you, Arjun. I think there was no time for people to send you their questions, but For any questions, you can always send your questions to Arjun at info@ntiman.com. It was a great presentation and a great webinar, Arjun. We thank you for this. Again, just a reminder, don't forget to follow us on LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And please send me your feedback on info@ntiman.com. And for those who joined us late, you can always watch this recorded webinar on our YouTube channel. So to conclude this webinar, thank you all for attending. We hope you have learned and enjoyed the webinar. Shukran. If you haven't filled the registration form, then please send me your name and email address to info@ntiman.com. And last, if I may request you to fill the poll that will pop up on your screen before leaving us in order for you to receive your certificate. Thank you all and have a great day.